What's up, guys? Welcome back to day 154 of our combat journey. And, well, if you've noticed, I haven't been able to upload anything for the past few days, and that is because, if you remember, I mentioned like a week ago that I got a knee injury, and what happened is that I did not, I did not try to look over it, and I did not I tried to ignore the pains and all that, and we did another sparring, couple of sparring, and it turns out that it has gotten worse, and I was not able to film something like a video of how what it looks like. I only got a picture of it, but it it got swollen, and it got swollen to the point that it's painful to walk, and it's quite, you know, it's numb to it feels painful and numb. And when I am trying to stretch it, I can't stretch it that far, and whatever type of stretch or movement that I tried to do. So my coach recommended that I would take a couple of days of rest, and I did. You know, and actually that is going to become a lesson for us moving forward to just work smart and try to not do some of those worse mistakes, because it would cost you days of not being able to train. The thing is, I know the reason that I got the knee injury in the first place. It is because I tried to hard spar, and when I try to hard spar, I tend to try to you know put much more volume when kicking and punching, because I want to overwhelm my opponent, or maybe punch more than that they could throw, and kick more than what they could throw. And what happened is, when I was about to kick, I was not able to anticipate that they are gonna do the same thing, and our knees got banged to each other. Actually, that's what happened in the last sparring. That's why it got swollen. But in the first place, you just hit someone else's elbow, and that's the beginning of the fucking hellish knee injury. Well, I am just exaggerating that knee injury. If I'm being honest, that's only a little bit of I'm just saying that it's so fucking worse, but actually it did not really hinder us in our way of life, but it did became a challenge for us to walk around and move. So yeah, well, it is what it is, and we were able to train now. And today is we actually was able to train, and we did a couple of sparring. But you know given that I just got my swollen legs just got de-swollen. I don't know the term, but it's all right now. I did not spar with kicks, so what we did, and since there are no other people out there that went anyway, since it's not an actual sparring day, we just did a just sparring. With I partner myself up with someone that is a veteran already when it comes to the sport, and that guy has gotten to the actual advanced amateur boxing, and he had a lot of fights in amateur. He's just when he turned into age 30, he told me that his drive just his passion and drive just diminish, and he feels like he's not really trying anymore. So he just go to the gym every day and just train and spar with people, and become good with anything. Well, at that age, actually, guys, and this is based on like, because if I mentioned before, I went to the other gyms before in other places, and actually, if you're 30 plus years old, you could still do a professional bare knuckle boxing. And a lot of bare knuckle fighter are actually old people that has, because bare knuckle is like big balls and shit, and you're like willing to just fucking duke it out and die and so fucking broke. And maybe that's what they're also the reason why there are lots of 30-year-old people that is in bare knuckle boxing. So 30 years old, you could still become a bare knuckle fighter, but you gotta at least train and train and train. Don't like if you're trying to like wanted to like start, you gotta start now. The earlier the better. And if you are maybe a little bit late now, well, you gotta decide. Plus, I've heard that from a lot of old people that the older you get, the more you care less, and the more burden you have, the less burden you're gonna feel when it comes to like oh, you know I'm not reaching this type of goal. And you know older people tends to like well, that doesn't matter anyway, it's not much worth of something. you know so it's still gonna be fine if you're gonna start at maybe age 30, if you're gonna start. But like they always say, nothing is impossible. you know and I heard this quote from someone before, that something is always impossible until someone does it. It's always impossible until someone does it. And just fucking believe in yourself and do the things that, I mean, you're not gonna lose anything if I'm gonna tell you. I mean, me myself, I'm still worried because I'm also a little bit late. I'm in my 20s now, and I feel like I am a little bit of late in the game, but I am not actually. A lot of people tells me I'm not, because fighting is strategic, and there are lots of ways to to win, like game plans and all that, and also being able to like the sell the fight, and you're gonna have a very successful fight. It's not about the age, and all you gotta do is maybe we have to become charismatic if we're gonna do that. But anyways, so today, the I don't really know if there's anything that I could highlight. It's just I feel like I've improved a little bit better now when it comes to like hands and boxing. Now that I am more focused on just punching and not kicking, and I also was able to like remove my shin pads or shin guard, and now I am like liberated from the idea of I have to kick and defend my legs. And when that happened, I was able to do some things that I am not able to do before. So I guess it's still pretty good. I feel proud, actually, if I'm being honest, to my progress. I feel like there's a lot of things that improve. Like, for example, I'm getting used to like taking hits now. I'm getting used to like taking punch. I'm now, it's hard to explain the things that you can do when it's in an actual sparring. But I feel like I am way better than when I was starting. Like, for example, let me give you just one example, because it's hard to like remember all the things. One example is me being able to like when someone's jabbing me, like my partner is jabbing, I now know when he's going to jab, and I now know that what to do when he do the jab. And now I know how to also bait that jab so that I would evade and slip away from it, leading to a counter. I know how to do that now. I know how to do that now calmly. And even if I do get hit, I could accept it because, he's a fucking, I know that he's very good at the game, he's a veteran, and he knows what he's doing, and, they're gonna make mistakes anyway. So, that's one thing, Before, I could not do that at all. When I get jabbed, I get to like panic. It's not more of a panic, but, it's also a way of panicking as well when you get tensed up just because you're getting punched and you're like, oh, I want to punch this guy, and you're tensed up, and when you punch, you become readable, and you're like, you're like a fucking open book. It's so easy for them to like, predict your movement because you're doing something over and over again, and well, if there's a punch, there's a way to defend against it. Anyway, let me tell you something, guys. I also have cough right now. That's why I feel like my voice is quite different today, and it's hard to for me to exhale and also inhale a little bit. So I'm taking over-counter medicine. That's also another reason why. My coach always recommends that if I feel this way, I should prioritize resting over training, because when you train, it's like you're so open to a lot of fucking stuff, like, because your immune system goes down, and all the fucking type of disease that you can get is, you're giving them like a warm welcome to it. So you gotta prioritize maybe a day of rest so that you could be able to get going for the rest of the week. And it is what it is, and all I gotta do is deal with it. Let's continue training. I'm gonna have to end the video right here. I got no useful information to say anyway. If it is first time here, my name is Leonard, and I vlog my combat sport journey here on YouTube. And we aim to become a professional level stage, fighter. And I'd like you to be part of this journey by subscribing and liking the video. I know it's a little bit late. Maybe you still haven't reached this part of the video. Well, if you do, well, it seems like you might really be a good fucking guy, and you're a fucking, you're like a real G. And let me know in the comments down below if you have reached in this part of the video as well. Hey, let me know what's up in the comments down below. And if you see any maybe mistakes that I'm doing, maybe some habits that you want to correct, let me know too. Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, that's it for now, and I'll see you on day 155.